Not that long ago, I was in jail shitting and throwing up on myself. Last month I did 58 grand in commissions, son. That's bullshit. You can totally get a job with a felony. I want to jump off that tier every day of the fucking week. Like, literally, these guys had shit in their hands, or at least one of them, and he's drawing on the wall. Today, guys, suicide watch. Hey, coming out of jail doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can turn your negatives into positives. The reason I share this message is because, first of all, money follows attention. And second of all, I want the message to get out to people. I still tell some really embarrassing stories. I want this to get out to youngsters and people so they don't have to go through the shit that I went through. If you have gone to jail, if you do have any felonies, if you've just been through some rough shit and want to start over, if you walk through the wrong tables in jail, you're getting jumped. Literally, there's tables where everybody are sitting. If you walk through the wrong tables, like if there's 2 tables that are just designated for brothers and you walk through those, your own people are going to jump you for walking through those. Guys, I'm not meant for prison. I'm not meant for jail. I don't tell them to impress. I do this to express, son, because I don't want you to ever have to go through what I went through. Drugs got me there. Drugs got me in jail. The fentanyl, the pills, all that shit. But now we're on our way to 7-figure sales. And so that's why we're talking about these things. So you don't have to go through that shit. You don't want to have to end up shitting on yourself or end up in jail, son. Let's go. Last month I did 58 grand in commissions, son. I didn't have to pay any money at all. I just had to apply my sales skills and put in the work. Selling solar door to door will kick you in the fucking balls, but it was definitely worth the ball kicking. I'll tell you that much. It's changed my life. It cost me nothing out of pocket. It's taught me things I'm going to use for the rest of my life. But the more doors that get closed on you, the quicker you get to one of them to open. And one of those open doors can make you $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, maybe even more, especially if it's a commercial job. So if you're coming out talking about or giving excuses about, oh, I can't get a job, I have a felony, that's bullshit. You can totally get a job with a felony. Not that long ago, I was in jail shitting and throwing up on myself. And I don't tell you that because I'm proud of it. I tell you that because I don't want you to have to go through it. And now I'm at this beautiful spot in Cape Coral. There's boats passing by. We got a nice pool. We're with the team here. The team is paying for this Airbnb. We're living a nice life. We're doing things. We're making money moves. And what I want to talk about today, guys, suicide watch. Yeah, I was on suicide watch. No, I wasn't really suicidal, I don't think. I mean, anybody who's going through that shit, you've lost everything. You think you're doing 12 years in prison and you're in a cage and you can't get out. I think most people are going to want to fucking end it. And so when I was inside jail, I got in there, had to strip down naked. You know, I'm next to people that think it's cool to be in jail and they're laughing like it's no big deal. And I'm in there fucking freaking out like, how did I get here? How do I get out of here? Tripping balls. They processed through me. The guards laughing. I think the guards in there like their job a little bit too much, if you know what I mean. Especially the ones that made you strip down. They'd be like kind of checking you out and breathing near your ear and shit. I'm like, wow, these guys really like their jobs. So we got processed in there. A few days went by, whatever. I'm sick, throwing up on myself basically. And they pull me out. They're like, Hayden, get out here. And so I come out, I'm like, what the fuck do you want? And they're like, hey man, we need to know, like nurses, something we have to ask everybody, do you have any suicidal thoughts? And I'm like, homie, have you been to fucking, maybe every guard should have to go to jail for at least a fucking week so they can see what it feels like being in there. And I was like, dude, yeah, I want to jump off that tier every day of the fucking week and end it, but I'm not going to. I'm like, I'm just kidding, I'm fine, whatever. And I go to walk, they're like, and he looks at the nurse and he's like, oh, well, he said it. And I'm like, said what? And I instantly knew something was off. They grabbed me, made me go to the back, instantly made me changed. They gave me some kind of like, it'd be like if this thing was just long and I was just wearing this. That's what they had us fucking wearing in there. And it was thick. And so basically they made it impossible to kill yourself. You get thrown in this new mod with fucking straight weirdos that are drawing their names and shit. Like literally these guys had shit in their hands, or at least one of them, and he's drawing on the walls, drawing like things with his shit because he's batshit crazy. These guys are nuts in there. It's the psych ward of the jail. Worst place you want to be by far. There's people screaming in there all night. There's just the most nuts people ever. And then you're locked in a cell by yourself with a fucking metal rack, no pillow, not even a sheet. You don't get anything. Because they're so scared that they don't want you to kill yourself. And then they give you a fucking plate that's already kind of made, and then a paper spoon, which is good for about 2 fucking bites. And it's literally hell on earth. I'm in there sick, trying to get comfortable, trying to lay down, trying to sleep through it. I realized that there's like one head nurse that you got to kiss her ass to get out of there. After 48 hours, I went up and just begged her to basically let me out. I was like, I said that shit by mistake. And the reason I'm telling this story, guys, is because it's so easy for us to get caught up and be thinking that we're having a bad day, or let these little things ruin our day, or like even today, man, just going through it, not getting the deals I wanted to close and making it into a big deal. It's not a big deal, dude. The fact that you're free and that you have a chance at life and that you have a chance to fucking do something tomorrow or right now, the fact that you can do anything that you want, I can walk through this door, is amazing. When you're put behind a cage, it gives you a new fucking perspective in life.